Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it's a beautiful today. Yes, friends, look at what we have on our board. What we have says simplify the following. The first question says 4xy into bracket 3x plus 2. Okay, and the second question, number 2, says 3x out into bracket 4xy plus 2. Then, so we are supposed to substitute this 2. Okay, we're supposed to substitute, we're supposed to um, simplify this 2. Okay, this 2. And after that, the next question says substitute for x equals to 3 and y equals to 2. So our first interest is this 2 that we're supposed to simplify. And after simplifying, we should substitute x to be equal to 3 and y to be equal to 2. Then explain the reasons for answer. Alright, so that's how we're going to go about it. Okay, let's not waste so much time, but we should go on straight on the board and do what we do all the time. So this is our clipboard. Okay, the first one says simplified 4xy into bracket 3x plus 2. I would say that is the first one. And the second one says simplify 3x into bracket 4xy 4xy plus 2. Oh, interesting. So let's tackle the first one. Let's tackle the first one. It says for our first one, okay, it says 4xy into bracket 3x plus 2. Oh, beautiful. So what do we do? So the first thing we have to expand. You have to do expansion. Expansion. So this is our expansion. So all what we have seen is 4xy into bracket 3x plus 2. Okay. So we have seen that we have 4xy out. I always want to use colors to make my work easier. So I have 4xy out of the equation. And into the bracket, I have 3x plus 2 for the first question. So what I'm going to do is to expand what I'm saying. So by expanding means we have 4xy, okay, multiplying. So it would be good to put bracket on our 4xy, multiplying 3x. And a 3x is in different colors, so that will help me to understand. So 3x, okay, all right. And the next step is plus 4xy again, 4xy again, so 4xy again into bracket, multiplying, okay, and the last value we see is 2. Oh, beautiful. So you see that 2, we can also put in a bracket like that. So if I deal with the first one, okay, I know that when I learned what is called the principle of indices, okay, you know that the when we take the value of x x's in them, you see that x, this is 4xy multiplying 3x. But you see that x and x are very common in the equation. If we look at this one, you see, we see that we have x here and another x here. Okay, so, and when it comes to indices, we know that x has the coefficient of 1. So, even though we don't write it, and this one too has a coefficient of 1. But I know if I multiply 4 by 3, I will get 12. Then x multiplied by x, since the coefficient of x or the power of x is 1, so when I'm multiplying x by x, if I multiply x by x, 1, it will be x to the power 2. So x times this will give me x squared, and my y is also multiplying them. Okay, with the second one, all what I can do is to multiply 2 to 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to get 8xy. So I bring the sign plus 8xy. So this is my first answer to question 1. Okay, so this is what I've got. Now, let's look at the second one, which is question 2, which is also simplification. So with question 2, let's have a look. Question 2 says, we have 3x out, 4xy plus 2. Okay, into bracket. So what do I do? Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I know I've got my 3x out. Okay, 3x out. Then I have 4xy plus 2. So this is 4xy plus 2. So if I do expansion once again, all what I'm going to get is the 3x in expansion, 3x is multiplying 4xy. So put that into red. So 4xy, 4xy. Okay, then we have, don't forget we have a plus here. So we bring our plus. Then we know our 3xy once again, since we are doing expansion, 3x is also multiplying. So we say multiplying 2. Okay, so 3xy multiply 2. So what do? I break them small, bit by bit. Okay, 3xy. So our 2 was red, so I think we better use red so that we will not be confused with anything. So this is 2. Good. So now we have to multiply them. If you so multiply this and that, and this and that. Here, I know I still have common x here. Okay, common x here, meaning the x is raised to the power 1 and x raised to the power 1. So when I multiply this 3 by 4, I get 12. Okay, so I multiply this 3 by 4, and I got 12. And the x raised to the power 1 times x raised to the power 1. In indices, since they have the same exponent, we are multiplying x raised to the power 1 times x raised to the power 1. We are going to get x raised to the power 2. So x raised to the power 2, and we have our y multiplying. So plus, here is 3x times 2. Okay, so what are we going to get? We are going to get 6x. to be our final answer for 2. So now, the first question were asked to solve, and this is the answers we have. So let's put the first answer down here. So our number 1. Then the next one say substitute for x is equal to 3 and y. So we are substituting for x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3, and x equals to 3, and y equals to 2. So what we are going to do is we are going to put this one in the result we have in our first equation, and also the result we have in our second equation. Okay, so now let's go up there and see. Our first one, we have 12x squared y plus 8sy. So our first one was 12x squared y. So that was 12x squared y plus, let's have a look again, plus 8xy. Plus 8xy. Alright? Beautiful. So that's what we had. Okay, so now we are going to substitute the respective values into where it's supposed to be. So this is going to be 12 multiplying x squared here. Our x is 3. So let's use different color that will help us to identify what. So we know x is 3. So x is 3 squared multiplying. So multiply, we can say dot or this by y, and our y value is 2. Okay, plus here we have 8. So 8 multiplying this and that, they are multiplying. So x is equals to, our x is equals to 3 and y is 2. So we multiply them. Okay, you can put the bracket sign, or you can use the times to do the calculation. Now when we do it, we are going to have 12 times 3 squared is 9 times 2. Okay, all into bracket, plus 8, 3 times 2 is 6. So times 6. Okay, then we do our calculation. We know when multiply 12 times 9 times 2 times 9 times 12. Let's see what we get. Use your calculator and let me see how quick you can get an answer for me. So with my calculator times that, okay, so I'm going to get 12 times 9, 12 times 9 times 2, 206, and I know 8 times 6 is 48, so plus 48, 8. My answer is 264. Okay, 264. So 264. So then my first answer is what I've got. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the last bit of the answers. Okay, so what did I get for the last bit? Okay, let's look at that's what we had. 12x squared y plus 6x. 12x squared y plus, let's have a look, plus 6x. Okay, so 12x squared, that is what we had for our question 2. And this same we have to substitute the values of x equals to 3 and the values of y equals to 2. So we know this expression means 12 times x squared times y plus 6 times x. Okay, so let's put our substitute values into different colors. So times this x squared, well, x is 2. So x is 2. So I put 2 here and I say squared times y. And our value of y is 3. Value of y is 3 plus 6 multiplying x, which is still 3. Whoa, we have interchanged the values. So value of x and the value of y. Okay, so value of x, we're given x to be 3. Value of x is 3. Is 3, and the value of y is 2, and the value of x here is also 3. Okay, if that is the situation, and is that the case, let's see. We have our first value. We are going to get 12 times 9 times 2 into bracket plus 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, so now we're going to multiply 12 times 9. Okay, so this times that. You can do the calculation for us to check it together. So the next one, mine is 1 to 12 multiplying 9 and multiplying 2. I get 216 plus 18. So 2 answers plus 1, 8. I got 234. Beautiful. So let's look at it very carefully. If you look at let's recap. The question given 1 and 2, see, we should simplify it, and 1 was simplified. We multiplied 4xy to 3x plus 2. So what we did was we did expansion. So meaning that 4xy multiplying 3x is multiplying 2. So we decided to change the colors. So for xy, we decided to make it green, multiplying 3x and multiplying 2. And after expansion, we had 4xy multiplying 3x. Okay, plus what you see here, 2 is here, so 4xy multiplying 2. Okay, now we know that when we multiply 4xy times 3x, it's all multiplication. So if we have it at the back of our mind that we're multiplying 4 to 3, we are going to get 12. Okay, then x multiplied by x, we know it will be x squared, and our y is still here, so 12x squared y. Then this 2 multiplying 4 gives us 8. Okay, so then we have xy here. So this is our first solution. Now the second solution, we have 3x out, 4xy plus 2. When we did it, you see, we also multiply this 3x by 4xy. So this 3x by 4xy, and our plus sign is here. So this 3x again, once again, multiplied 2. Okay, and after that, we took our time to multiply them individually. So this 3 multiplied by 4, we had 12. Okay, x multiplied by x, that gives us x squared, and we have y. So 12x squared y plus 3 times 2. Okay, so this 3x times 2, that gives us 6x. Then we did our substitution, given that the value of x is equal to 3 and the value and x and y equals to 2. When we put it in the equation, we have 12 times 3 squared times y, which is 2, given y is 2 over here. Okay, then 8 times xy. Our x is 3, y is 2. So when we know that when we squared 3, we get 9, so we put it here, and then times 2. And also we know that 3 times 2 gives us 6. So we say 8 times 6. Now, in effect, we multiply 12 by 9 times 2, and we have 216. Okay, plus 6848. And when we add it together, our answer we had is 264. Now, with the second one, okay, we had 12x squared y plus 6x. Let's check it again. 12x squared y, yeah. 12x squared y plus 6x. So 12x squared y plus 6x. We did a similar substitution. We know that this is the same as 12 multiplying x squared multiplying y. Okay, then a 6 multiplying x. Alright, so 12x squared y. Yeah, that was the answer. So we put in the values for x and y. So when we squared the x over here 3, we had 9 and multiplied by 2. We have 6 multiplied by 3. Then 12 times 9 times 2 will give us 2 answers. And the last one, 3 times 6 is 18. So this is what we had. Let's explain that answer. This is our last part of the question. Say explain the answer. You see, the answers we have does not have correlation with each other. Why? The reason why I'm saying that is, if we, so that is the II, which we're supposed to give a reason for our answers. If we look at the equations, let's write the two equations again. What we're given expression is 4xy into bracket 3x plus 2. And this, the next one is 3x out 4xy plus 2. You see, when we look at these two statements mathematically, okay, they are different. Even though we have 4xy here and 4xy here, okay, they will never ever be the same, even when we assume that our values for x is 0. So let's assume that the value for x is 0 to test. Okay, so value of x is 0. Okay, so when x is 0, when x is 0 here, for instance, when we put 0 in the first equation, the first one, we're going to get 4 times 0 times y into bracket 3 times 0 plus 2. Okay, and all this will be nullified to be 0 because 4 times 0 times y is 0. So 0 into bracket 2. So 3 times 0 is 0. So 0 plus 2 plus 2. So when we multiply this, is 0. So you see that it's not the same. When we take the second one, and we also see when x is 0. Okay, so 3 times 0 into bracket 4, 0, y plus 2. Let's look at this one again. This one will also give us 0, y, because 3 times 0 is 0. And if you want to calculate the one in the bracket, that will be 0 plus 2 once again. Okay, and the answer will still be 0. You see? So what we say in mathematics is that the two expressions does not have they does not correlate. Okay, so we say that the two expressions, according to the answer, according to the answers, we calculated, the answers do not have common values. Therefore, we say that the two expressions do not correlate. Okay, so they don't have anything in common, because when we solved them, we had two different answers. Okay? The first one, we had 264. Okay, and the last one was 234. We doesn't have anything in common. Well, thank you very much. That's where we will end our class today. We'll continue tomorrow with another basic math that we are going to tackle. But in the meantime, please, you can introduce this discussion, our class, to your friends who are also interested to learn something or have extra tuition. Okay, and also click on the bell so you will be the first person to receive our new tutorials that we have done. Bye, and keep on trying. Work, and work. Math is all about practicing, because math is so easy.